Hi, this is third video of hybrid framework. In this we will be talking about some of the things that I have put in the resources. First one is email labels. These will be generated after each test run. Over here, log file is being generated. Let's talk about this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open this file in the yeah in Explorer, file explorer. I mean, as you can see that start from info that this Chrome browser has been opened. I have used debug wherever I have either used clicked or something like that. All of them the debug level has been used by me. Info I have used again for telling that execution has begun for this method. I've used some spaces over here so that it is easier on eyes to see that what is happening. uh, Next thing you will see, there's the info again. It will say the description of the test case. Let's see how it is happening. I'm going to use I test listener. Obviously this for the first line, and this correspond to this line over here, and this is logo.info. Obviously it is going to get description of my test case. The way the description of the test case is written, I'm going to open a test case. I have written it over here in description. So this one is login as manager. Let's see that if it is same. Login as manager. So yeah, first thing, next thing, it is going to check that visibility of element, not visibility of element actually. It is going to click. So how I have written test methods in the backend is that for click, I have used two. I have overloaded this method. One is for simple click, another one is for one for where the explicit conditions are being used. This one is first one, simple as that. This one is second, where the explicit condition is used and how many weight I need to put. So for this I have used a different kind of log level so that it is quite easy for us to see that. Okay, the visibility of element. Okay, let's see visibility of element. Obviously timeout of locator, which one is bank manager login css. Bank is set to 10 second, 10 second, and it is going to say that this has been clicked successfully. Next thing is soft assert, but I have for checking the title of the page, I have used soft assert and hard assert. Right now obviously this is incorrect. The real title is this one. So for testing purposes I have given as soft assert. uh, this is not the real soft assert. This is the implementation of soft assert, which I will be talking about in my next videos. Right now I'm just talking about this log levels. So it will going to say, okay, verification, incorrect title, actual title was this over here. This is element present. Here I have used hard assert. It is going to see that if this element is present on the page. I can use soft assert also. If this element is not present on the page, it will not stop the execution. I will show it later on how this all will interacting with my application. This is click. Obviously I have told you about how I have overloaded the click method, click reusable method. So assert for soft assert I have used verify. For hard assert I'm just using assert. If you want to make any changes, you can tell me that how it needs to be done. Locators has been clicked successfully. As you might have seen that earlier, locator has been clicked successfully. This one is also saying locator has been clicked successfully, but over here we have given a condition, visibility of element located. In the end, it is going to say this has passed. How it is going to say this one? In iTest listener, on test success, it is going to say this method has passed, and it is going to flush my accident report, which needs to be done, or your accident report will keep on listening to your result of methods or test cases. Another thing are self-explanatory. I have done more or less of the same thing. Yes, in a separate video, I will talk about this, or perhaps not, because it is very much self-explanatory that how it is working over here. Uh, okay, so this is my extent report. Okay, I will open it over here. This is saying that test case has passed. This is saying test case has passed. Test case has passed. Why is it executing 3 times? Because I'm driving the data from the data point annotation. So there are 3 rows. For each row these are getting executed. This one, as you can see, execution, hold on a second, let me open it on Google Chrome. I always find that I am able to look at this better. Visibility of element located. It was in log4j also. This one was also in log4j. But this time, when verification has failed, it is giving me a warning message. Let's see what is happening over here. It is giving me an error message that this has gone wrong. I can make changes to and make it change to warning, but right now I'm not going to do anything, because I need someone to look at my code and tell me that what is has gone wrong. Anyways, for assert, if assert has gone correctly, any assert, then it will say there will be a little tick mark over here. If this has had gone correctly, it would have little tick mark over here. If this has gone incorrect, then it is giving a warning message. If assert has gone incorrectly, it will have stopped at execution, and there will be little cross mark over here. So soft assert has failed, so I don't want to. So I have written the code in such a way in the backend that execution will not stop. Uh, I will talk about this in separate video, because I think that this is not the right place to talk about this one. I'm going to close this one. This is email labels. As you can see there, the data tag is available over here. Excel, I have already told you that how it is being driven. Executables, I have provided all of them in the single place. Properties file. In properties file browser, it is giving AUT, implicit timeout, paged timeout, and how it is working in the base class. Right up here, I am creating a configuration reference variable of properties class. So from here I am checking that, okay, browser dot contains Chrome. If it contains Chrome, then the Chrome will be invoked. Firefox, obviously Firefox. Then Internet Explorer, for setting the page load timeout. As you can see, type command timeouts, page load timeout. Over here I am getting the property of page timeout. The thing is that why have you I need to use this wrapper class over here, for the data I am getting is in string. So obviously I need to convert it to int. So obviously I went with using a wrapper class which is integer over here. Same case over here, implicit timeout. Where is this? Implicit timeout at 4, page timeout as 8. I am also trying controlling some of my utilities from here. My zip utility true. If I give it as false, my zip will not be created. Send email as false, my email will not be sent. And max try. What is max try? Max try is for my retry analyzer. Uh, as you can see over here, so what is happening that whenever test case fail, the retry analyzer will try to hit it again. Because sometimes what happens that in real AUTs, application under test, the element is not visible in the expected time frame, and we get error message saying that this test case has failed. So we do not want to investigate these false these false failures. So what needs to be done, that they needs to be run again. So here the retry analyzer will come into picture. I will talk this about just after talking about all of them. So I'm going to save. Is saying the max try is 1. I have told you that it is working over here. Max try is getting the value over here. This is object repository. Obviously I'm not using page object model right now, so all of my locators are in the single place. So you need to see that home tab underscore xpath, this CSS locators I have given in the end, so that I can easily access that this is the CSS, this is the ID, this is the XPath. I in the base class, what is happening that, what is the base class actually, I have written a subclass. If my keys, these are obviously called keys, with these keys contains contains CSS, then it will create a web element with CSS. This one for XPath. ID is very pretty much self-explanatory. If it is if I give like underscore 111, which obviously is incorrect, then it will fall under else, and it will fail the test case, saying that there is the postfix is neither name, class, linked, partial link, ID, the usual thing. I'm going to control Z and save. Let's see screenshot. I have already told you that how screenshots are getting created. They are creating over here with the timestamp and the timestamp and all the relevant screenshot are getting pasted in my accident report. Over here, as you can see,